Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel once again. So in today's video I'm going to show you how we can draw water lilies and different perspective of water lilies and different ways to draw all these water lilies. And you can use needle pen of different size. I'm going to use 001 and 008 mm. You can use normal ball pen also, it's totally fine. So with the help of pencil we are going to create a basic guideline. So I'm going to start with a little complex one. So I'm going to show you all these flowers, how we can draw it step by step. So follow with me. So you can create a round shape like this, and then sharing the same circumference you can create one more round shape towards upward direction. Now again share the same circumference from the bottom and create one more round shape. So basically we have three sections and we are sharing the circumference from bottom and top alternate. Now you can create one more section at the base and all kind of shape towards left and right, and create one more section towards upward direction. So this is the basic guideline and this one is the complex one, and the rest I'm going to show you a little simple than this particular one. But if you follow me, this is gonna be super easy for you. So create something like this as a basic guideline and then start creating the center part of the lily. So in this particular one the perspective is like towards the sky, but we are able to see the center part as well. So create multiple smaller section into the smallest round shape and start creating petals for the second round shape that we have. So cover the whole area with petals like this, having little pointed petals, because when it comes to the lotus the petals are little different as compared to the water lily, and the center part is also different. So we are creating water lily, so make sure you have little pointed petals for water lily. So something like this you can create. Now start creating petals for all the sections that we have. So I'm creating left and right petals like this, and you can add little bit of fold into it. So folds are necessary when it comes to the left and right petals, and sometime for bottom as well. So now I'm filling the lower section. The petal should not be very straight. The petal should be tilted towards little bit left and right. You can do little bit of overlapping into the petals as well, so one is overlapped with another, and then also add petals for the last sections that we have, the uppermost. You don't have to make it very bushier, you can keep little less than what I have created. And then once you're done with the basic structure you can trace every petal with the help of pen. And I'm going to do some extra shading and detailing to beautify my flower. So I'm going to show you everything in detail for this particular one, and then you can repeat the same thing for rest other. Now this is the basic shape that we can see. We are able to see the center part also a little bit, not too much, and this is something facing towards the sky. So you can do some extra shading and detailing into the middle section, and then whatever folded pattern we have into the petals, make sure you are adding more shading into that area. So I am cross contouring all the fold pattern that we have, and little bit of dark shade between the lower petals which is going towards outside, and the upper petals which is going towards the center part of the flower. Now you can create line for each petals, and then you can do some extra shading into the stem. So this one is the most common perspective I guess when it comes to the water lily, and we are able to see the center part as well, but not fully. Now in this one I'm going to show you a little easier perspective as compared to the first one. So create a circle and divide this into 4 equal quarters to get the center part. Now create one more smaller circle at the center. Now I'm keeping this one very simple, and this perspective is the nice perspective when it comes to the water lily. And then you can create one more smaller section from the center part, and then start adding small sections like this. So I'm doing it directly with the help of pen, and as you can see, I'm creating all these smaller sections coming down to the center part to make it look like it has a round structure in it. So something like this you can do. Then for the outer section, you can create a small petal having pointed end in it. Make sure when you are adding these petals at the lower section, keep the direction a little bit towards left and right. Do not keep petals very straight. Now again divide this circle into 2 equal parts, the upper area and the lower section, and little bit towards left and right. We have a space. Now start adding petals. You can keep petals at distance as well, or you can keep petals little bushier also. So I'm not adding too many petals, but I'm not adding too less also. So make a balance, and make sure when it comes to the lower section, the petal should not be very straight. It should be little bit tilted towards left and right. You can do some overlapping of petals as well. And add few more petals towards left and right. So we have created petals on the upper section, lower section, and little bit towards left and right as well. So this is something wherein we are able to see the center part of the flower clearly, and we have star kind of shape having pointed petals in it. So this is something you can create. Now let's trace everything with the help of pen. Create a line in between every petals like we have done for the first one, and do some extra shading and detailing into it. If you have folds into the petals, you can cross contour those area. Cross contouring means creating cross line and parallel line to get some more shades into that particular area. And then you can do some extra shading with the help of soft hand around every petal that you have. So I'm not going to do this shading part for all the petals, but at least few main petals that I can see. Same thing you can do for the first one as well as a part of shading. Now let's move to the third one. So third one is the simplest one, and you need to create a round shape and then create 2 oval shape tilted towards left and right, and then you can create a stem. So this is the basic structure. So in this one we are not able to see the center part by any mean, so we need to cover this whole circle with the help of petals, and then few petals you can create towards lower section and left and right. Do some overlapping, so you can basically create 2 petals, and in between you can create one which is overlapped petal. And then for the left and right petals, some fold pattern is also important, so you can add some folded structure. Now trace everything with the help of pen and do some extra shading around the tip of each petals that we have, like we have done for first and the second flower. So nothing new, so I'm going forward with the fourth one. So in this one we are using different approach to create water lily. So this one is mostly like the first one, but the approach is little different. So in this one I'm creating a U kind of shape, and then I have created a small oval shape at the center. Now start filling all the area beside the oval shape that we have. And when it comes to the lower section, again do not create a straight petal, try to create petals tilted towards left and right. Now divide your oval shape into 2 sections, create one more oval shape and cover that oval shape with the petals. So the outer petals or the petals which is in the upper section should be little smaller, so we can see the center part like we have done for the first one, but the approach of creating this particular flower is little different and simple as compared to the first one, having less bushier petals in it. Then you can do some extra shading into the middle section, and then you can shade the stem. Now you can shade the petals as well, like we did for other flowers as well. So repeating the same thing. Now I think these perspectives are something you should know while drawing these flowers. So let's move to the flower bird. So you can create a flower bird like simple, like this one, having a pointed oval like this and a stem, or else you can create little bigger flower bird. So in this one we are able to see the sepals plus few flower petals as well, and then you can create leaves. So when it comes to the water lily, leaves are mostly overlapped with each other and having a heart kind of shape, so you can create one very clearly visible and then create multiple which is overlapped with one another. Now let's trace this with the help of pen. You can do extra shading into the sepal area and stem, so you can contour those area. Contouring means creating parallel lines but as per object shape, and hatching means creating a straight line. Now I'm leaving the petal area as is for now, and I have started tracing the leaf. You can also add leaf vines as well, like this, keeping the center part little bit towards the curve that we have created, and you can divide these vines into multiple sub vines, so some structure which should be able to see into the leaf. And then for the petal area for the flower bird, you can add some dots to get some shading. I want to keep sepal area and petal area different from each other. That's why I have done stippling around the petal area, and then you can do some more shading and detailing into the leaf to get some darker shade into it. So the more hatching process you do around those area or cross hatching process, you can able to get more darker shade, and then you can add little bit of water like structure having some solid and dotted line around it. You can also create flower bird in between as well. Now we are done with this particular video wherein we have learned different perspective of flowers, flower bird and leaf. So you can create your own composition and you can paint these flower using any medium. So in the rough diagram I was trying to create my own composition having multiple leaves, flower birds and different perspective of flowers as well. So something like this you can do for yourself, create your own composition and try to paint it. So hope you have liked this video. Please do let me know if you have any feedback for me, and thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.